Hello, and thank you for joining me today. First and foremost, I'd like to start off with a couple of disclaimers. Starting with, this is my first attempt at something like this, so obviously the entirety of this video is a little rough around the edges, but overall I had fun, and I decided to, roll with it as it is. Secondly, my recording setup is not very great, so I still don't have like a proper way of like separating the audio so I don't mix my recordings with the video game, so I have the game set really low for me. So if I tend to like talk over things or not pay attention to certain things, it's because quite frankly I can't really hear them, but as you'll see, that makes for some pretty interesting moments. And thirdly, and most important, I'm not a proud person. I'm open to all suggestions, so if there's something that I could be doing better or something that I'm doing bad, leave it down in the comments and I'll adjust accordingly. I've come to discover that this is more of an art form rather than a process, so I'm open to all kinds of change at this point of view, or this point. So, without further ado, let's get down to this video. Good.
Resident Evil 4.
Yes. Alright, let's have at it.
1998.
A good year.
I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the
I love how this game made the word umbrella synonymous with evil.
Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City. With the whole affair gone public, the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished.
Alrighty, we have a video game.
6 years have passed since that
first and
horrendous
foremost,
incident.
I have to say that I discovered that I like to talk a lot. Maybe like talk over some stuff, but basically be aware for me just chatting up a storm, but mostly about the sort of storytelling aspects of it. And I guess I'll get into what I think about storytelling another day.
Why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy.
It's so stupid. It doesn't let me put subtitles before starting the game.
Breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together at some Boy Scout bonfire. Then again, maybe you did.
Oh, you crazy American.
Yeah, I mentioned this in the last recordings as well. Like, I love how I don't know what made this version of Leon so appealing, because he's supposed to be. Or actually, check this out. Here's the world's most bravest cameraman. Boom. That level of trust between subject and cameraman is outstanding. Anyway, since we have a little bit of a bit of a doldrums here. Like I said, it's amazing how Leon became this like top badass, like almost like 80s superhero, when in fact, like he somehow his lines are cheesier than 80s action stars.
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden. Must be my imagination.
He looked right at it at the last frame. Did you notice that?
Sorry it took so long.
But yeah, honestly, like I said, just to hash things out, this is just me having fun. I know I have no idea what exactly I'm doing, but hopefully we'll get to enjoy the experience together. You know, and feel free to leave a comment about what I could be doing more, what I could be doing less, because, you know, I'm trying to,
Just up ahead
you know,
is the
it
village.
is a hobby, so like I would like to make it, you know, it is an
I'll
art
go and have
form,
a look
like
around.
it is a,
We'll stay
by
and
all
watch that
technical
car.
means, an art form, so I would
Want to get any parking
love to know the
tickets.
techniques to
Right.
this said
Parking
art
tickets.
form. Yeah, they're just
Luck.
talking bullshit back and forth.
Jeez, who are these guys?
Did you say something?
You say something?
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this
It's
mission.
on.
Loud and
Why does
clear.
it still bother
Somehow
me?
I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's
For
name's
some reason,
Ashley
like,
Graham, right?
somewhere
That's right.
in like
She's
the
daughter
development
of, the
of all
president.
this,
So
like
try to behave yourself,
at no
okay?
point did somebody say,
Whoever this group
okay,
is, they sure picked the
it's
wrong
kind of
girl to
silly that
kidnap.
he's putting a thing
I'll
to
try to
his
find some more
ear, and
information
it
on
turns
my
out to be a
end as well.
Skype call.
Good.
Like,
Talk to you later. Leon out.
you know, when you think about it, like the sheer level of, or not, well, I guess the word would be ignorance of that one tiny, easily to spot detail baffles me. All right, let's get into the game at least. I already know like the buttons and stuff like that. Like I said, I played this game quite a bit when I was a little kid. Ooh, foreboding. So yeah, like I played this game quite a little bit when I was a little kid, so I know a lot of like the subtle secrets, for lack of a better word. Like, for example, there's a box there. They still haven't taught you how to like open up boxes, but you know, what can you do? And then we're gonna face our first interaction, for lack of a better word.
Excuse me. Sir? I was wondering if you might recognize the girl in this photograph.
Where have I seen that move before?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
I wonder if he actually understood what he said. I wonder if he actually understood what he said instead of like just taking like the body language and the tone of which he said it. Alright, let's go, sir. Alright. Little tip over here. And a little cure for that headache. Okay, so here's this game is about more than 10 years old at this point. I think so.
Is everything okay?
So I don't think
There
I'll
was a
be
hostile local.
spoiling
I
anything
had no choice
dramatic,
but to
but
neutralize it.
I will.
There's still others
I do
surrounding
like
the
to point out some of
Get out
the
of there and head toward the
weird
village. Take whatever
inconsistencies
measures necessary to
with this
save the
game.
subject.
So for example,
Understood.
right there, you've seen that they took like the car and then like they just like ooh weed. You saw that they took the car and then just like rammed them, presumably off the cliff of of the little into a little reservoir that like we had to cross the bridge over. And yeah, why am I talking bullshit when like this isn't the screen? Let's Plays, am I right? Anyway, so yeah, they clearly had that. So logically, it was a surprise attack that they wouldn't really see it coming or have enough time to like get off the car and like get off the car and kind of like save themselves. If they did, we would hear more of a fight out there. But for some reason, like they're just kind of there in a sense. Get out here! Ow! Yeah, I played this game before. Obviously. Anyway, so yeah, that's something to watch out for. A little something that's gonna happen later. I won't spoil everything. Oh god, that's a tree. Okay. Alright, anyway, so like, yeah. I played this game to hell and back, so I know how to like take advantage of it, so you know, they're all slow, they're all like, okay, maybe I should pay attention to all the trees, so like, right, they're all slow and everything, like, you can kind of like juke them, like, kind of trick them into like swinging in the air, swinging to the air, or you can just go far enough they won't care. But we still have a game to play, so asshole, what the, get the fuck over here, assholes. Alright, so no, a little kick over here, and finish off with a booty shot. Ooh. Death by butt bullet. But still too close. So hiya. Are you still dead? Or are you dead? Are you dead? There you go. Thank you for playing. Anyway, so yeah, this game was revolutionary. Like, as far as genre defying, you know, the best way to like describe this game is just genre defying. It took every sort of nuance and every sort of like, they took bits and pieces of like each of the action and horror genres, and they just meshed it up to make like this beautiful symphony of awesomeness, because I can't put it into any other words. Alright, let's do a little save, because if I learned something from the times I fucked up, I think I might want to do some saving. I'm not as adept at this game than I originally thought. So anyway, let's continue forward. No, got it. Okay, so now I have some money and a hand grenade. Let's just stop and wonder about why the hell a bird had a grenade inside of it. Alrighty, so let's help a little buddy here. Again, this game is 20 years old. I don't think I'll be spoiling, like, I don't think I'll be giving away the spoiler of a lifetime here. I didn't see that in my last playthrough. Anyway, so yeah, it's kind of interesting how like that dog that we just saved, he only serves for like one purpose and one purpose only. So I wonder, I'm like concerned, or it makes me wonder what exactly was like if they had like a bigger, if they had like a bigger plan in mind. Come on, buddy, you can do it. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. Let's just keep going. Let's just see what happens. That's a little straight. That's interesting. This entire first section is a hallway. Like, it makes you think. Alright, so you know how games nowadays, the tutorials are a bit more insulting than they should be, right? So, oh, shnikes! Oh! Damn it! That hurt. You're dead. Okay. Oh, he's dead? Sir? Sir? That's what I thought. Okay, so let's keep going. So, like I was saying, the tutorials, at least for modern games, they've done a little unpleasant. Unpleasant in the sense that a lot of them don't really, they're counterintuitive to like the entire experience of a video game. So like, with a video game, the best advantage to a video game that you have is just being able to, you know, you're the character, it's you, you're the one making the decisions. When the game makes the decisions for you, it tends to break that sort of like unspoken connection, unspoken almost agreement between the gamer and the game, and to an extension the game designers. So right here, for example, if this was my first time playing, I would like try to hurry things up along the way a little too quickly, right? So if I was sprinting the entire time, I would like most likely miss that tiny little window of this gentleman right here. So, and that's like and that's okay in essence, because like I said before, this game takes, you know, the action and the horror genre very, you know, it has a good balance of the both of them. So you can essentially turn that okay, if you don't suck, you can essentially turn the ambush around on its head, and then it, you know, you just flip the script essentially. So that's oh God, it's just so cool. First off, let's not die. That's the wrong button. Let's try this one. Aha. So yeah, this game is like just amazing because it does offer a lot of. It's almost unapologetic in the way that it's in its portrayed. Like, yes, it's a game about horror and action at the, you know, at the same time, but at the same time they take, if you stop and think about it, they do take a lot of liberties with this game. Sorry to hear that.
I'm sending you
shut
a
up, honey, I'm talking.
Hope you find it.
So yeah, for example, so for example, this right here. Notice how we went through like the beginning of the game, smack dab in the middle of the action. We just like look around, have the gun, shoot a couple of birds if we choose to, look around for the boxes and like test out the buttons. But at no point does it tell you that you're supposed to do all that. And then after all of that, after all that shenanigans, after you go through like that first little gauntlet of what the hell am I doing, that kind of like almost panic of what the fuck is happening, you get an extra tutorial. Like it's teaching you that, oh, by the way, here's where you can find the stuff, and also here's stuff you didn't know about. You know, it's really awesome. It's pretty, shall I say, epic? No. And here's another moment. So first off, that first section, it was linear. It was just like it was basically a hallway. You just go straight, you just keep going forward. But then after you get to the next section, you have sort of an more of an open field. It's more like almost an arena like. So and as you can see right here, we can press. They give you a prompt to, you know, just kind of like scope things out. All the pun intended. And then yeah, and we get to like sort of see what's happening. First and foremost, remember these guys? Yeah, they were supposed to warn these guys that I was coming, and then there's an intruder, and so on and so forth. Nobody seems to be paying a lot of mind. Oh well. But yeah, so another thing. Remember how I mentioned the what's his face? The car, the surprise attack with a car. So logically, they would not have enough time to get out of the car. Or at least we would have seen something between when they started the engine and like where they had like a struggle. But no, looks like, you know, one of our best friends from our car ride here. It's a bit of a barbecue right now. Like I said, it's a bit of a sort of liberty that they took. But in the grand scheme of things, you don't really pay attention to it anyway. So now, here's like another sort of subtle game teaching thing that they do. So like after you like look that your bestie is now what's the one I'm looking for? Your bestie is Toasty. You're presented with this. It's like a literal choice. Like they're basically putting like I mentioned before, a choice in your hand. So do you go to the right, as in to where all the guys that you've seen, like, you know, more of the people that have been attacking you this entire time, or do you go the sneaky way around it? Do you find a way to like go through or pass, which there isn't now? Do you find a way, like an alternative? Excuse me. Do you find an alternative to it, or do you just have fun with the game? So I'm gonna go with the sort of alternative, just to get like a little bit more, a little bit more sneaky, I suppose. And then like you can see this lady over here just having her fun. We see like this. Oh, wait. Is he gonna? Is he? Excuse me. Oh, awesome. So yeah, that. So you can like end up. Oops. Hi. I'm kind of like explaining something here. If you could just no. There we go. Death by butt. Oh, by butt bullet. There we go. Also, oh, mother flam. Cool. Okay, so now here's what should have happened when the three guys on top of the ridge saw me. So now everybody's alerted, right? So they heard the gunshots. They hear. Oh, okay. They heard I'm here, and now we have a sort of, like I said, like the arena. Now we have like almost like a boss battle. But here's, first off, let's collect some eggs. Eggs are important because protein. But yeah, like this is something very interesting. So if no matter which way you go, you would have to, inevitably get busted and like, okay. How about no? No. You would inevitably get busted and like, you get surrounded by these guys, right? So, right from the get-go, if you have your wits about you and you're not panicking, you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of people and I don't have enough bullets. And did you see that epic dodge? So essentially, you would try to, find the sort of alternative, like a sort of strategy for like a better. I feel like there's a better word for it, but I can't quite think of it right now. So yeah, like essentially you can go to this you can go to this area and just, sir, you can go to this area, but then essentially like the problem still remains that you still don't have the proper bullets for it. So you have to go scavenging, you have to go looking. And then, hold on, let me just, there you go. So then you would go around, trying to look for an alternative and stuff like that, and you see all the doors are closed and stuff like that. Except for this one. I wonder why this one's open. Could it be another teaching moment? Could be. Alright, so yeah. Notice how every other alternative is kind of locked out to you, and then right here, you get the visual of everybody showing up and everything, and then now you're surrounded. But luckily, in that little tutorial, they showed you that you can push stuff in the way of the windows, so at least you can buy yourself some time, or essentially have a better chance of like facing every individual. Well, first off, I'm at the yellow. Let me just not die real quick. Then use that. And then let's get over here. So now, like I said in the not having enough bullets section of my rambling, you would essentially be panicked as to, holy shit, I don't have that many options to me. So they just like, have a shotgun. There you go. That's alright. Have fun, slugger. And not only that, they give you a little extra bullets for that said shotgun, so you're not dead in the... Where is she going? Hello? Okay. Shit. So, for the record, I can barely hear this myself because of my recording setup I have. I can't really put my gain volume too high. But I'm so glad I heard that chainsaw. No. Sir. Ouch. No. Okay. So yeah, after killing a few, more of them show up. So now it's starting to look a little
La campana.
Never mind.
Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos.
Lord Sadler.
Lord Sadler.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Somehow his lines are cheesier than the 80s. Anyway. But yeah.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've
So, yeah,
confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so yeah, so we have an epilogue. So, I hope I could like shed, you know, in my babbling, I can kind of shed some light in the sort of like nuances to this game and why it makes it so fantastic. Like, God knows how many times this game's been ported, but you know, all in all, it's for good reason, and hopefully with my sort of calling this stuff out, I can help the gaming world and, you know, the world of gaming overall by sort of inspiring them to, oh, that is a cool idea. Maybe I should, like, implement it. Or, yeah, he does have a point. I might... Broken ankles. Yeah, he does have a point, so I might want to look out and try to avoid that. You know, I'm just trying to do my part for the gaming community as a whole. I need to stop putting my hands in front of my face. Anyway, so we have... Alright. I can go a little bit longer. Well, first off... Actually, no. For now, I'm just gonna cut this portion up, or let's call it an episode. I'm gonna stop this little portion up here just so I can collect my thoughts, because the chainsaw dude really did a number on my psyche. But I'll see how it turns out. I honestly have no idea if any of this is gonna see the light of day. But hey, if you learned something or found it entertaining or not so, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I don't think I'll ever get in the habit of actually saying that. But hopefully you'll join me in the next one.